So I've officially been at eXp for exactly 1 year, and it's been a wild ride. I've seen the good, I've seen the bad, and I've seen the ugly. And that's what I want to get into today. What I want to do is give you likely the most transparent, in-depth explanation as to the good, the bad, and the ugly of what it's like to actually be at eXp Realty. I'm going to talk transparently about a lot of things that likely nobody else is going to address, but I want to make sure that if you're looking at joining a brokerage, you've got all of the right information to make an educated decision. So here's what we're going to do. First, I'm going to talk to you about what I experienced. The next thing I'm going to do is break out the bad. I'm going to start with the bad because it's likely what you're watching this video for, and then we're going to wrap up with the good. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. All right, guys, before we get into this, I do want to mention one quick thing. I do have the link in the description and the pinned comment. If you do want to talk to me directly one-on-one about your interest in eXp, whether you've got questions, comments, concerns, I will address it all. We'll do a one-on-one Zoom call and we'll talk openly about what you're curious about. So my first year at eXp has been quite an incredible journey, and I've seen it all, I've heard it all, and I've done it all. So over the last 12 months, I've personally sponsored over 155 agents, which I've been told by many people at the company has never been done before, and over 320 have joined our overall group. And it's been unbelievable to see the growth that the agents who've joined us have had because of the unique value proposition that our group provides agents far above and beyond what eXp does directly. So let's get straight into the bad, because I know that's likely what you're curious about. So we'll talk about the 5 things that are a bit questionable, that aren't so good, and then we'll roll into the good things. Now, number 1, eXp Realty for new real estate agents. Is it good? Is it bad? Here's what I'm going to transparently tell you. There are some hiccups with the system in terms of new agents coming on board with eXp. I do have a video talking about some of the incredible opportunities of why eXp is so good for new agents, but I am not going to sit here and lie and say that it's perfect, because I've heard of many agents that come into eXp, they get overwhelmed with information, they have a mentor that might not be supporting them as they were expecting to be supported, and it runs into some trouble where the agent feels lost. So the new agent onboarding is something that I've heard many new agents potentially not getting what they were expecting from. But here's what you'll notice about our group as I continue to go through this video is we've gone deep into resolving all of the negatives that we've seen come throughout the journey of eXp. So what we did is say, hey, we see a number of agents that aren't really doing that well with their onboarding with other groups. I saw with people messaging me from other groups that were brand new agents saying, Mike, I'm a new agent, I'm overwhelmed, I don't know what to do, I can't get a hold of my sponsor, and my mentor might not be helping me as much as I was expecting. What should I do? So when I made the decision to come to eXp, I made the decision to make sure that whenever we find a pain point, our group specifically will address it. So what the Wolfpack did, we decided to create a new agent accelerator program showing new agents exactly how to come into eXp, how to build momentum within the first week, how to use our unique training, the company's training, ignoring a lot of the stuff that you don't need to focus on, and then build momentum, which is why we've seen new agents have unbelievable success rates with our group, where we've got a number of agents that have gone from doing 0 deals as new agents in new cities with no sphere to averaging multiple transactions per month solely by using social media. So the new agent onboarding, depending which group you decide to join, can be a little bit lackluster just because of the capacity that the company is growing. But that's why we've decided to come up with a solution to help new agents that join us skyrocket their growth and not get caught in the weeds with all the information that gets thrown at them from day one. Number 2 was the social media training. Social media is my forte. It's my bread and butter. I've helped thousands of agents over the last 16 months scale their business using social media. But the training at eXp is unbelievable on buyers, sellers, investors, prospecting, lead generation, the basics and things like that, because it's taught by the icon agent. So it's taught by the top agents in our company globally, not just one agent from one brokerage from one city like most brokerages operate. However, I was aware of the fact that their social media training wasn't up to the standard that I thought it could be at, which is why we give every single agent in our group the Social Agent Academy for free, which gives you all of the highest converting strategies on Facebook lead gen, Instagram, YouTube ads, Google ads, ManyChat, LinkedIn, everything, which has helped agents in our group scale because we knew that a lot of agents were coming to us for social media, but we also knew that the social media training they would be getting directly from the company wouldn't be that strong. So we've now had agents come from us, including one agent from El Paso who went from being a new agent that did 0 deals at KW for 6 months, who's now already capped and has done multiple transactions on a monthly basis solely from his free YouTube videos with an iPhone. And we've had other agents move to new states who are also, again, closing multiple transactions on a monthly basis solely from their first YouTube videos. So the moral of the story is that we wanted to make sure that if agents were coming to a new modern tech-based brokerage and wanted to build their business without prospecting, cold calling, door knocking, and wanted to build it the modern new age technological way, that they would have the opportunity to do so. So it was a pain point that I saw at eXp, but it is something that we've easily addressed and helped make sure that the agents in our group are absolutely crushing it. Now, the third thing is growth training, which is training on building out your revenue share organization through agent to agent interaction, because when people are looking at eXp, a lot of them like the idea of the residual income and the opportunity to connect and collaborate with agents from any state, every province, multiple countries, and it gives you a really flexible lifestyle if done properly. However, I continue to get messages from agents from other groups saying, Mike, how are you growing this fast? How are you growing so easily without having to text, message, DM, and call other agents? Because every single agent that joined me over the last year, I've never sent a message to any single person. It's all been organically, thankfully, due to our unique value proposition. So I continue to see agents coming to eXp, getting excited about the residual income with the revenue share. However, many of them end up struggling in other groups because they don't know how to present the model properly. And I continue to see people that are sending presentations from other agents to people looking to join them. I have people sending my videos to other agents. Other agents at eXp are getting sent videos. That is the most disrespectful thing you can do, is to send a video in order to attract an agent to partner with you. That's what many people did to me. And the way that I perceive that is somebody saying, hey, Mike, I don't care if you're a new agent, team leader, broker, or somebody with more experience. You're the same as everybody else. You're not worth my time. Watch this video. Let me know when you want to come join the company. And that really pushed me away, and it pushes other people away, but that's how most are attempting to grow. Whereas I wanted to take the opportunity to lead with value. So again, knowing that eXp might not have the best training on how to grow your revenue share organization, we built out a revenue share academy that shows you exactly, which is only privately internally to our group, exactly how we grew organically by leveraging unique value proposition, leading with value, understanding the model better, and making sure that people are getting addressed with their unique concerns and not just being sent something very passively saying, come join the company. So the Revenue Share Academy is absolutely incredible, showing you every single thing you need to do in order to grow without having to solicit or spam or annoy other people. Now that leads into the fourth thing, which is going to segue quite easily into the fifth thing, which is the biggest struggle with most people. So the fourth thing is most people not understanding the model. This is something that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, which is the fact that I have talked to now hundreds of agents over the last 12 months. And one of the most common things I hear is I get on a one-on-one Zoom call, just like you can get on with me, and they say, Mike, I know everything about eXp. I just want to know what makes the Wolfpack different because I'm vetting sponsors and I want to make sure I join the right group, which is exactly what you should do. Now, the problem is when I start to ask them probing questions about, did you know this about the model? Did you know that? Have they talked about this? Every single time they've said, I didn't know that. Oh my God, that's amazing. Nobody ever told me that. I've never heard about that. So one of the big problems that I continue to see is that people think they understand the model because they've talked to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other agents at eXp, but they haven't been presented with the right information in detail, and therefore they might not be making an educated decision as to whether or not eXp is for them. Because with the agents that have joined me, many of them have talked to upwards of over 10 potential sponsors, and a lot of times they were pushed away and actually didn't want to entertain the opportunity. And as soon as talking to me, where I was able to properly explain all of the details specifically to what they care about, not what I care about, not what other people care about, what they care about, almost every single person has joined the same week, which is showing me a lot of people aren't taking the time to properly understand the model in depth, which in turn is leading to not presenting all the right materials to agents that are looking at coming to the company, ultimately making them miss one of the biggest life-changing opportunities in the real estate business right now, which leads to the fifth thing, which is the fact that you have to make sure you select your sponsor properly. Now, I've heard of a lot of agents that have unfortunately joined eXp directly just by going on the website, clicking the join link, applying as an agent, and then reaching out to me. I get about 1 to 3 emails per day from agents that have gone through this situation saying, Mike, I'm on board at eXp. I would love to join your group at the Wolfpack after seeing everything that you do. I think it would really help me. And unfortunately, you cannot switch. Once you've signed your ICA or your independent contractor agreement, once you've actually joined another group, you cannot switch sponsors. So it's really important to make sure that you're doing your due diligence and properly vetting people to make sure that if you are coming to this incredible life-changing company, that you're going to be able to do it in a way that is going to give you the expectations you have and hopefully exceed them and not fall short because you didn't go through the proper measures of applying to the company with the right group. Now, one last negative that I just wanted to quickly touch on here because it just came to mind as I was talking, which is the different countries that eXp is opening in. And it's really exciting to see that the growth has been exponential. We've got agents coming from all over the world, but I want to talk about something. You've got additional languages. You've got Mexico opening, which is Spanish. You've got Brazil, Portugal, which is Portuguese. You've got India, which is primarily Hindi and Punjabi. You've got France, which is French. You've got Hong Kong, which is mainly Mandarin and Cantonese. You've got all of these incredible countries opening, but a lot of the best training is solely in English. And this is something that I've heard, which is a big concern for many people, is joining from a different country and not having the support and the opportunity to benefit from some of the incredible training at eXp in their native language. So let me talk to you about something unbelievably exhausting, but highly rewarding that our group decided to do. We've actually taken all of our training that we've created unique to our specific group, the Wolfpack, and recreated it in the native languages of the additional countries. I've never heard of any other group at eXp doing this because it's exhaustive to actually find the key individuals in these countries that natively speak that language, that can test our strategies in their own market with their own budget, prove the strategies in terms of what works best in their market, and then recreate, not translate, recreate our training in their native language to help the agents that join us from other countries ultimately benefit from the same thing that the agents in North America are benefiting from. Now let's roll into the good, which is what I want to focus on more, because eXp is an incredible company, but no company is perfect, which is why I transparently wanted to address some of the things that I saw that just simply weren't that good. Now, the first thing is simply the ability to get compensated more for doing what you're already doing. Let me break this down in a couple different ways. With eXp, you've got 3 income streams. You've got commission, you've got residual income in the form of revenue share, and you've got equity ownership. Now, a lot of people say, well, Mike, you have to come attract agents at eXp in order to build a business. That could not be further from the truth. You don't have to attract an agent ever for the rest of your life at eXp, and you will still likely make more money at this brokerage as your production increases, more than any other brokerage that I've ever seen. So let me explain this in more clear terms. Number 1, an agent that only focuses on production, only transactions, 0 agent attraction. Because of the ICOM program with the 80-20 split $16,000 cap, you have the ability to get your entire $16,000 cap back for free in company stock as a top producer instead of getting an award like I have for being a top producer, as you can see sitting right up here behind me from previous brokerages. And I can tell you one thing, it motivates me a heck of a lot more to do production when I know that I could get every dollar I've paid in the term of the split into the company back in the form of ownership in the fastest growing brokerage in North American history, compared to getting something that has now just turned into a YouTube background. Now let's look at the other side of things, which is agent attraction. As you start to post on social media as a realtor, as you start to do transactions with other agents, and as you start to do any level of business in the real estate industry, you connect, you collaborate, and you converse with other agents in your market, in other markets, in other countries. And at other brokerages, you don't usually have a way to get compensated for those connections. Whereas at eXp, just by leveraging the connections that you're already making throughout the journey, you don't have to go send DMs, send emails, call other agents. Just look at the people that are already in your network, and that can over time change your life by having residual income that allows you to get paid while you're on vacation, while you're spending time with the family, while you're enjoying time with your friends, passions, and hobbies. And this really excited me because now, no matter what I do, whether it be production or interaction with other agents, I have the ability to turn competition into my partners and help them scale their business just by the nature of this incredible model. Now, the second thing was giving agents an opportunity to scale their business without having to pay a massive split. Traditionally, when you look at most groups, you have to join a team, which is usually a 50-50 split in order to get value above and beyond what the brokerage provides. But because of the fact that I can get compensated through the residual revenue share from the company's dollar, I am now able to give hundreds of hours of recorded training, one-on-one mentorship for free, the Social Agent Academy for free, all of these private academies that we built out for free to our agents without having to charge an additional split or extra money from their transactions, because we have the ability to look at the delayed gratification of getting compensated through the company's dollar. So it really inspired me that I can lean into my drive and my passion for helping other agents without having to charge them an arm and a leg whenever they put all the work in. I just wanted to give them an opportunity to scale their business in the way that they wanted to, with proven blueprints and methods and one-on-one coaching, without them having to feel like they're not making any money or they're having to give too much away. So that really inspired me, which is one of the main reasons why our group has grown so fast, but also the fact that our retention is extraordinarily high. And the culture and collaboration of our group has been built basically to resemble that of a family. And we have many agents in our group saying that they feel more connected and collaborative with the agents in our group over almost every state and province in North America compared to their local physical brick and mortar brokers that they used to be able to walk into. Number 3 of the pros is the opportunity and the lifestyle. Listen, I'm gonna be very transparent here. At the end of my 3rd year of being a realtor at a traditional brokerage, I was exhausted, I was tired, and I was bored of only having to rely on chasing the next deal, being on the never-ending hamster wheel in order to build my lifestyle. But the problem is that if you want to do more deals, you have to invest more time. And if you invest more time, which is the most precious commodity in the world because you cannot buy it back, you take time away from building a lifestyle, which means you don't have a lifestyle, but you got into real estate to create a lifestyle. And it became this really uncomfortable opportunity where I felt like there was no end in sight, where I even knew that if I worked my butt off for the next 10 years and I decided to stop closing transactions, those 10 years of work went to nothing because now I'm literally not getting paid from any of the work that I've been putting into the business. But with eXp, it became increasingly exciting because not only are there new countries opening up on seemingly a monthly basis, but also when you understand that the revenue share is retained after you stop closing transactions, so long as you continue to maintain an active real estate license. Now I know that if I work my butt off for the next 10 years and I stop closing deals, but I retain my license, I'll continue to get my residual income to allow me to go actually enjoy my retirement or whatever else I decide to do, new ventures, new businesses, instead of just having to live and burn a hole in my savings account. Now, the most important one was the opportunity to create a security blanket for my family. Most people still don't know that the revenue share is actually willable to the point where if something unforeseen happens to myself, all of the hard work I put into my business doesn't leave my family with just that. Somebody can actually inherit it so long as you abide by the criteria in order to provide for your family for the rest of time. So knowing that I'm building something for my family, which is ultimately my why, and the fact that I've got a long-term exit strategy, I'm so excited to continue to build this business and know that I'm putting myself in the best future position possible. Now, one more thing that I wanted to say before we go into the last part is when you solely focus on production, every January 1st, you're starting from zero. You've got 0 deals for 2022, you're starting from zero, and you have to go build again, all over again, every single year. But the exciting part about the revenue share is that as your group continues to build, you start off January 1st, where you left off on December 31st, in terms of the momentum that you've built with your organization. And I found it really exciting that you can continue to build off what you've already done in the past months, years, instead of always having to start from ground zero every single year. Now, the last thing that I wanted to talk about is the culture and collaboration. This is something that has inspired me more than almost anything else at eXp, which has been the fact that when you see agents in our group that regardless if they're 19 years old or 72 years old, they're all putting out weekly videos, they're all running Facebook ads, they're all active on Instagram, they're all leveraging Clubhouse, to the point where every single person in our group is bonding around a common purpose of getting outside their comfort zone to build their business a different way. And what that's done is it's taken agents to do $50 million in production a year and brand new agents who've never done a deal in their life and put them on this level playing field to the point where they're all collaborating. There's no ego, there's no emotion, there's no hierarchy. Everybody is doing things differently in our group, and it's been absolutely insane to see agents building their business the way that they always wanted to. It's been so inspiring to see agents come into our group from previous brokerages where their previous broker said the only way you can build your business is to get on the phone, circle prospect, cold call, and door knock. Come to our group, say that they wanted to build it the modern way, and start to actually close multiple transactions on a monthly basis solely from their free social media content because of the training that our group has provided them. And now they're excited about the industry, building the business that they wanted to, not the way somebody old school is telling them that they need to. So the fact that you can come to eXp, you can run your business 3 ways. You can only focus on production, you can only focus on agent attraction, or you can do a blend of both. The fact that with our group, you're able to build your business the old school way, the modern way, or a blend of both. Now you're starting to see agents that are getting excited and they're reinvigorating their passion for being in the industry, which is why I'm getting daily messages from people in our group saying that this has been the best decision they made in their life. And they're so excited that they made the decision to come this way. So eXp is an incredible brokerage. There's so many positives to it. It's changed my life drastically over the last year, but I do want to make sure that people transparently know that there are negatives about the brokerage, just like any other brokerage, but the fact that our unique group has decided to address every single one of those negatives, so that way when people are joining the Wolf Pack, they don't have to feel like they're going to run into the same issues that they hear other agents at other groups talking about. So hopefully this gives you a little insight as to the good, the bad, and the ugly about eXp, what it's done for me over the last year, and I cannot wait to see what happens in 2021 going forward. So thanks so much for tuning in. As always, please hit the link below if you want to jam out one-on-one. Thanks so much for watching. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you next time.